What's up, fantasy football fanatics? Try saying that 3 times fast. This is Ed the Head, and I'm back with some fantasy football analysis. Most of my analysis is done using Green Phosphorus 3D tool. You can check it out at greenphosphor.com and go to the fantasy football tool link. You can use it to see trends, figure out when to sell high or buy low, especially for those players that are already taken. Now, as far as free agents, you might want to look at the lower end, and what we have in store now. Kenny Britt, if he's available, you're going to want to go ahead and pick him up. He's definitely on an upward trend. As far as running backs, there's Forsett with Seattle. And again, not sure who's taken or not. That's all up to your league. You can set that all there. But let's take a look at this week's matchups. First thing in time for tomorrow's game is Jets at Buffalo. And immediately I want to tell you to go ahead and start Thomas Jones. Buffalo's run defense has been absolutely atrocious. I'd go ahead and get him in there as quick as possible. As far as if you're in a deep league, you're going to want to go ahead and pick up Sean Green. He might even be worth a spot start. Now, Marshawn Lynch seems to have fallen out of favor with new coach Fuel. So if Fred Jackson is available, go ahead, pick him up, and start him. Jets defense is tough, but without Chris Jenkins, might not be a bad start. Other than that, you may want to look at matchups, unless of course you have players like Larry Fitzgerald, Andre Johnson. You really don't want to bench them even against a good defense because they could blow up and then you'll be kicking yourself. So let's take a look at some of the matchups. And if you're playing against Detroit, Tennessee, uh, let's say Kansas City, these are teams you definitely want to go ahead and start your quarterbacks and receivers against, because if you take a look at NFL.com, you've got some great stats there, and you can see the passing yardage, they tend to give up a lot, don't get a lot of interceptions. So taking a look at the schedule, which is also at NFL.com, Tennessee plays Indianapolis. Peyton Manning, no-brainer no matter who he's playing. But perhaps not so much is Carson Palmer, who's been cold of late. Expect a pretty big game from him, unless of course they just keep the ball on the ground, which they've seemed content to do this year. However, I would expect a change. He has his big games, 5 touchdown game a few weeks back, so that'd probably be a good start. As far as running backs, uh, anyone playing Oakland, Buffalo, as we just mentioned, Cleveland, these are all good starts. So taking a look, San Diego plays Cleveland. Definitely want to get LT in there, possibly Darren Sproles. And against Oakland, we've got Pittsburgh, so Rashard Mendenhall, I'd expect a nice week out of him as well. That's about it for now. Of course, you want to keep checking your injuries and make sure that you stay up to date. Once again, you can go to NFL.com. But to really get an in-depth look at players, find those hidden sleepers, you want to go ahead and visit www.greenphosphor.com. Take a look at our fantasy football tool. Please send any questions if you have any regarding who you want to sit, who you want to start. Be happy to answer any of that, show you the stats and data to back it up. And until next time, that's all I got. Have a good one.